Rappers love to talk about the pen. I love your writing style, man. What do you bring to the table as a writer?
I'm pushing P, baby. P stand for pen, okay?
We love it. We love it.
What's poppin', y'all? Nicki Minaj is undoubtedly taken.
That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing because they never mind.
Any arrows for a lot of these new age female rappers to be able to do their thing, drop music, get money, more acceptance, a wider fan base. But something just burst the pipes the other day when Latto, who's one of the most talked about and mainstream new female rappers with a Grammy nomination and a massive radio hit Big Energy, had 130 of her songs leaked. This was already suspicious because it's not often we see this many songs get leaked for any rapper, let alone a female rapper. That's something we rarely see. But throughout these leaks were...
That's why people got to understand that you cannot come from certain people because certain people are very connected to that person. And not saying that she went and told nobody to do anything, but motherfuckers can just do it off the strength of, bitch, you're disrespecting somebody that's been in the game way before anybody even thought about a lot of.
A ton of reference tracks. Some of the most notable being for her Big Energy song, a reference track that she was performing for the song Whole Lotta Money, that's Bia's song with Nicki Minaj on the remix, and a reference track that Latto was performing for Blick Blick, that is Coi Leray's song with Nicki Minaj. This was like 9/11 for female rap music. And interestingly enough, Nicki Minaj had, or still has, beef with Latto and Coi Leray at the very least. But throughout this video...
See, that's why I kind of feel like Latto was maybe a little bit salty, like, damn, bitch, so I just did these little tracks or whatever that somebody sent me, and Nicki done hopped on both of them motherfuckers, but she not trying to hop on none of my shit. That's why bitches was really mad.
I'm going to explain why female rap doesn't get respect, why it shouldn't get respect after this, dismantle every major argument and pushback used when people say female rap sucks, and what holds back the actual talented female rappers from getting the respect that they deserve. Because at the forefront, the rappers that are pushed are not great already. Now we know that they have writers, and the actual talented ones behind aren't getting the support, which is why the genre as a whole, or subgenre, whatever you want to call it, gets overlooked. Latto's leaks weren't just hooks, to put that out there. It was brutal, but I went through a bunch of these songs.
Yeah, and that's what I was laughing for in the beginning, because, girl, you talking about you pushing P. No, you're pushing Ghostwriter.
And a lot of them were reference tracks.
And that pissed me off because I actually like fuck with Latto, and I love hip hop. Like, I love hip hop music, always have. So I'm really big on, I feel like if you're a rapper, that has to come from your mind because it's all about how you're able to put words together, how you're able to construct a bar, how you're able to carry out a scheme, all about your wordplay that came from your mind and also telling your story. Hip hop started about people telling their stories. That's not your story if somebody else wrote it out. I can see having a little bit of help. I definitely can see somebody be like, okay, girl, you should probably add that a little bar right there, like this and that. Just a few lines, and I definitely agree with. And I definitely agree with people adding like hooks, like helping with hooks. Like I agree with that part, but a person writing out your verse for you, that's an issue.
Laid down by men for even verses of songs that didn't even go that crazy. The effects of this leak rippled out to other female rappers as well. Let's start with Coi Leray. Coi Leray has said she works with writers in the past. How? Is her music still largely terrible? Not quite sure. But the evidence of that is in her No Jumper interview.
Type person, like, I don't need no fucking writer. But, you know, I'm like, yo, whatever it is y'all want me to do, you want me to work with writers? You want me to do this, that, and third? Like, I don't care.
Fair enough. She was honest. Right? Well, not quite. Because when Nicki Minaj decided to save Coi Leray's career, when she was in the deepest rut of everyone clowning her, saying she sucked, her shows were reenactments of the Mannequin Challenge, Nicki showed a lot of love towards her and was on Instagram Live asking her about the writing process for Blick Blick, to which Coi Leray had the nerve to outright lie. Let me run the clip and just look at Coi Leray's face before she answers the question.
Now, what is your process like? How long did it take you to come up with the hook? Did you do the hook first, or did you just start rapping at the top of the beat and then just went into the hook?
just did the hook first and then the verse. I don't know. It depends. Like when I'm in the studio,
My bitch knows she ain't writing out a goddamn thing.
like whatever vibe, I'll get some little drink. You know what I'm saying? Little vibes. I'll be with my peoples because
This Instagram live was a little sus. We can't tell for sure if Nicki Minaj knew before asking this question if Coi Leray had laid down the hook or not.
She probably did. You know she petty. You know she petty as fuck. She probably knew. She said, "Yeah, bitch, you did not do none of that shit at all, girl."
And the funny part about it is, we know that Latto didn't write the hook, even though we heard the reference track for Blick Blick in Latto's voice, because Latto doesn't have any writing credits for it. Which means that somebody had to have already written or given a reference track for Blick Blick and shopped it around, with Latto being one of the female rappers that opted out of taking the song, and eventually it ended up...
I'm so happy she didn't take a whole lot of money. I feel like she did kind of sound good on Blick Blick a little bit. Like, that would have been interesting to see all three of them on there maybe. But the other song, Whole Lot of Money, girl, I'm happy Bia got that.
With Coi Leray. They're kind of just playing hot potato with these songs. Coi Leray responded to the backlash she was getting from fans with the following tweet. And when it comes to writers, I'm down to collab with any writer, because that's what creators do. I thought creators created. They didn't just receive the creation and perform it. Shout out to all the amazing writers right now. Jazzy, Fresh, A1, Fella, Big A, Skis, Taylor, Chip, Kane, Aaron, Pooh Bear, Legend. She pretty much named pretty much all of them are men. And so many more. Okay, I would understand if Coi Leray called herself a businesswoman and collaborated, but when you're calling yourself a creator, that's... Let me just move on. Interesting how she now went from rapper to artist to creator, though. I do respect the fact that a lot of fans are writing her off and saying, no, rappers write their raps. Because I'm not going to lie, with a lot of you guys, it's looking sad. A lot of y'all are like, man, who cares? If the music good, I'm going to listen to it. Okay, good consumer. That's what this is about. But let's move on to another piece of collateral damage in these Latto leaks. Bia. The past year, or ever since Whole Lot of Money and Nicki jumping on the remix, then Best on Earth, then London, Bia has been in the conversation of one of the better female rappers to come into the game. But it comes out that Latto was performing...
I tell y'all, I hated London when it first came out, and it literally took probably like a good 5 months, 6 months, and then I fell in love with the song. But when it first came out, I'm like, Bia, that verse was trash. But I fucks with it now.
A reference track for Whole Lot of Money, the hook/chorus. And Latto doesn't have any writing credits on the actual song, which means it wasn't Latto who wrote it. Bia came out strongly with some hard cope, although some reasonable, a little whataboutism, but we'll get to that after a funny tweet Bia had sent out not even 2 weeks ago. I think rap is in a good place. The girls are making bops, pushing the pen, and having fun. That's all you can do. I don't know if it's the girls making the bops, but we'll get to that a little bit later on. Writing credits. You know you can check those. Now stop playing. And she then proceeds to post 4 songs where she has writing credits, showing proof she writes for other people, which we don't care about. Doesn't have anything to do with our point. NTM on Bia, writing emoji. In response to a fan asking if Latto had written the hook for Whole Lot of Money since she was on the reference track, Bia said, "No, London J wrote the hook. I wrote the pre and verse. It's not rocket science." This is where I gotta come in and call out this the writing credits are right there defense Bia makes. The writing credits, if we want them to matter, should...
But they don't show the ghostwriters. That's what a ghostwriter is. You don't know about them.
Tell us where each individual contributed. I know that may be difficult down to the word, but if London J, who did the hook, which is the most infectious and recognizable part of that song, it made that song, had people known that, they wouldn't look at you the same. And in interviews, when they get asked about these songs, they're never divulging that information. Rightfully so, business-wise. I wouldn't expect them to just go out there and say, yeah, you know, I didn't write that hook. It was London J who wrote it. No, that doesn't make any sense. It would be a bad move to make. But you get my point. Writing credits don't mean anything because we don't know what was written by who in the song. And producers are in the writing credits, so we don't even know where to move which person. You just got 60.
That would be interesting if people did like actually title it out, like, okay, this person wrote the chorus, I wrote my own verse, and so on and so forth. That would be very interesting. I would like to see that. transparency in the game.
People on the writing credits, and you don't know who did what. And the way I look at it is, if you can't even come up with, it's a whole lot of money in this month, what can you come up with? And let's not make this look like I'm going all the way in on Bia, because she showed proof of times where she wrote for other rappers on songs she was not even on, something I have not seen Latto or Coi Leray or JT or Young Miami or Cardi B do. But when he sent out a tweet saying the girls are pushing pen, that's the one thing they're not pushing. Perhaps Bia is doing that, which she gave us proof. She is doing that at times. But the others, I don't know.
Say selective.
Now for Latto, she didn't say much. She previously addressed writing in her back and forth with Nicki Minaj when she said, "Who want to hear the reference tracks of scratch-off ghostwriters rapping her bars? She used me and the Barbs in every interview until that album sold double wood. Now she wiping that spray tan off and being a Karen." Latto said, "I'll post to my goddamn self." Well, was she the one that leaked it? "They'll all tell you I write too. I heard a few of your refs before they came out too, boo. You forgot we all collab with the same writers?"
But people say that nobody ever has proof. It's been 15 years and not one person has a reference track to drop. Not one person has one. Come the fuck on, but your shit just got dropped out of fucking nowhere in 180 songs of other people's writings, and we ain't heard one from Nicki. Bitch, you're lying.
Difference is, I don't deny it. The world's seen me writing since 16 on national TV, though. Okay, Latto.
And you can't even say that, though, because, bitch, they was on there questioning your writing. You got into it with Super Peach over that because they said that your dad was writing your raps for you. So, yeah, girl, you're making shit up.
But you didn't have hits at 15, 16.
At
You
all.
have one now, and it was written by someone else. And she retweeted another tweet saying, "Believe all the rumors, talk all the trash. I truly no longer give a damn, like at all. LOL, life is great." To this, I'm just going to play a Remy Ma clip.
Contrary to popular belief, again, you have to write it.
Yes.
You are the person that has to write it.
And so if someone is out who is a rapper and has never written their rhymes, they're not a rapper. They're a performer? They're an actor at that point, huh?
They're a great karaoke person. Like, they're great at karaoke.
I've been a bit critical of Nicki Minaj in the past. Not anything to do with her skill or ability, but mainly questioning why she doesn't embrace the upcoming female rappers, take anyone under her wing. But now I understand. How can Nicki Minaj push or embrace any of these new female upcoming star rappers when they can't even write their raps? It's like asking a legend to take on a bum. Come on, that's too much to ask. It's an insult. These are the following female rappers who are also the most talked about that have been proven to have writers. Saweetie, Bia, not so much. We'll put Bia in lowercase or italics because I have to give her some credit. Coi Leray, City Girls, Latto, Cardi B. Am I missing anyone else? And this is just who we know for sure. This is outrageous, and when it's pointed out, a small fringe minority, because credit to female rap fans, a lot of them are on the ass for this writing stuff. But they'll say stuff like, well, Drake has writers, or a lot of male rappers have writers. Really? Okay, hold on. Drake, I have constantly, this is just me personally, said is removed from any top rapper list because of him being exposed for having ghostwriters. So
And that's a motherfucking fact, baby. It's not no discrimination. I don't fuck with nobody that don't write they shit. And if you don't write your shit, why the fuck do people feel the need to hide it? Just be honest about it. We are a group. Make it a group and just call it that. And you just the person that performs what the group does. Bitch, you're not a rapper. You're not a writer. Stop lying. But Drake, I feel like Drake write a lot of his shit. I feel like he might have, and I feel like especially now, he probably ain't letting motherfuckers just come in and out of the booth writing anything for him now after getting exposed. I know I wouldn't.
consistent on this. Emphasis on ghostwriters. He tried to hide it completely. Kanye West does not count. We consider him an artist. He's credited every writer since the beginning. He's also a producer. Travis Scott, we gave a lot of criticism to. I don't know about we, but me. In particular, when the reference tracks came out that Sci-Hi the Prince wrote Sicko Mode. But nobody
I didn't even know anything about that.
was putting Travis Scott in a top rappers list anyway. He kind of falls under the Ye umbrella with just much, much worse lyrics. Baby Keem, I've been critical of and said it's a shame he doesn't write a lot of his music. But let's go through a short list of some of the most popular male rappers right now that say they write all their music and there is zero proof of them having writers. Meek Mill, 21 Savage, Kodak Black, Lil Uzi Vert, Roddy Ricch, Lil Baby, Polo G, Trippie Redd, A Boogie with the Hoodie, Moneybagg Yo. I mean, do I need to keep going? And we're not doing any assumptions of people having writers saying, oh, you think they don't have writers? No, we're only doing proof. And there has been zero proof on any of these guys, and many more, including Nicki Minaj, of them having writers or reference tracks. It's funny that one of the labels that people would throw at you for not enjoying female rap is hating women, which is one of the dumbest arguments because you cannot enjoy something.
And that's not the thing at all. I feel like things become so heightened at one point in people's careers and they take that and run with it and just keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. And then if y'all do drop some actual shit that may be considered, you know, a little bit outside of that, y'all don't want to push that shit. Or not even maybe them, but the people maybe just don't buy the shit because they're so used to you doing one thing. So anything that you do outside of that is going to sound off to them and weird. So it will have to be like something super fucking good. Like you will have to come out with a sickening pop song in order for people to look at you in a different way. But yeah, I feel like it's that. Everybody tired of the turned up music. Like I want to hear people rap. Like rap. Like I want people to come for bitches' heads and necks and then step on them motherfuckers. I'm tired of this a little. Oh, we're all friends. Everybody is good friends. Bitch, that's making shit boring. This that bitch. Y'all can be friends behind closed doors.
Understand it has its audience that particular thing resonates with without hating it or who's creating it. Although, we have to ask the question now, how can it be hating women when men are writing the songs? And it's the same 3 to 5 guys writing their tracks. Make that make sense to me. Female rap is in shambles. And this hurts a lot of the actual talented female rappers because there are a good amount of them. I didn't bring Doja Cat into this conversation, although she is my favorite artist this year and rapper, man or woman, because she's far more than just a rapper to fall into.
Let me know what y'all think about that conversation down below. Do y'all consider Doja to be a rapper or do y'all consider her to be a pop star? Me personally, I feel like, well, nope, can't even say that. I was going to use an analogy with Lauryn Hill, but if you go back to her Fuji days, she was rapping, so that can't even be an analogy. But I feel like she at least gives a rap verse on almost every song that she's released, at least one. So I guess I would consider her more of a pop rapper, if that makes sense, versus like a hip hop rapper.
This umbrella or topic. But strictly rappers, we have talented acts like Princess Nokia, who's never gotten real mainstream attention. Tierra Whack, likewise. Glorilla is just blowing up still.
Glorilla good.
There are more escaping me at this point in time. The criticism, while valid previously, was they all rap about the same thing. Not the names that I just referenced, but female rappers, like the ones that have been exposed for writers and reference tracks. Come to find out, they all use the same exact writers. So it makes sense they all rap about the same thing. But largely, it seems like the prerequisite to succeed as a female rapper is your appearance and generating a lot of attention on social media. They just give you the songs after that, which is unfortunate, but only women are to blame for this. The reason being that the overwhelming majority of female rap fans are women. So if the female rappers at the top of the game are largely there because of their appearance, and in Remy Ma's description, being great karaoke personalities, then that's because women found that to be more appealing than the more talented female acts that may not fit that same description. The same thing can be said about people still supporting, or males still supporting Drake as well as Travis Scott. Although they don't herald these guys as the great, well, some people still do consider Drake one of the greatest rappers. I consider him disqualified. Great artist, sure. But once you've had a stain like that on your
Wonderful artist, but rapper-wise, nah.
career, we just can't do it. And personally, the greatest crime out of all of this, I'd be able to sidestep most of this, or I wouldn't go as hard, is that the songs are being written by males. That takes away so much credibility because they can't even say...
That takes so much talent for a male rapper to be able to write in a girl's mind, because even I would have a difficult time doing that. Especially with
it's the female experience that they're writing about and sharing, and their struggles. It's a man cosplaying as a woman, at least mentally and while he's writing, which is being distributed to the masses and marketed as women writing it, because that's who's the front face, and influencing actual women on what they believe lyrics are being said by the artists that they look up to. Kind of insidious. Just imagine for a second how we would look at Lil Durk, NBA Youngboy, Pop Smoke, one of these aggressive, Pooh Shiesty for instance, one of these very aggressive, King Von, a killer type music. If we found out that it was 3 to 4 females writing their songs,
that shit would be weird as fuck.
We would clown them and laugh them out the rap game. But that is what's going on in popular mainstream female rap, which is a travesty. And I know there's got to be female writers, so why are they not getting the writing credits and the guys are? People were just beginning to become more tolerable of the genre, with rappers like Glorilla, who seemed to resonate more with an audience that felt left out, while also getting the attention of males. Music-wise, for instance, Ice Spice is getting a lot of attention of males, but it's not for her music. Glorilla, it's actually for her music. But these leaks definitely sent things back years, credibility-wise. I feel like this is only the beginning, too. And it is in part due to the industry, but in part due to the fans as well, because they're just feeding the fans what they want and what they've seen work time and time again. The current state of female rap is kind of like why male rap has a bad rap right now. The most popular, most pushed male rap right now is that which is demonic, destructive, incredibly violent, killer music. Mm-hmm. And that's the representation of the genre as we see people react to it. Although
but we can't just keep blaming that on the artist as well, just because I do feel like the consumers definitely play a big part in that. That's what the fuck y'all want to hear, but y'all don't want to hear it at the same time. If y'all don't want to hear it, stop supporting it, and then they'll be forced to make different shit. They wouldn't have no choice.
Tons and tons of great male rappers, not just artists, that are creative in many different ways and not just rapping about pure violence, but they're put in the back burner. Same thing with female rap. And it's a shame, but that's the current nature of the game.
You really think?
Okay, so what y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel like female rap doesn't deserve any respect? I feel like I don't really like the way that current female rap is going. I feel like there is only any hypeness in the industry, like at all. It's only when 2 girls drop, and if I'm being totally honest, as Nicki and Cardi, that's the only time you hear really, well, and now Glorilla. That's the only time that it ever even makes any type of noise, and Nicki always makes the most noise, but that's a whole different conversation. But I don't respect people not writing their raps. Like, I'll still listen to the music. I'm not going to say that at all. But as far as calling you a rapper and saying, oh my God, you the best rapper, my bitch smart as fuck, how the fuck did she come up with that? You're not getting that from me at all. I'll still listen and bop to that shit in the club, but that's about it. Other than that, I feel like it's the same for male rappers though as well, but at least I can say that they are not having a lot of the issues as far as having ghostwriters a lot of the times with the male rappers, so I definitely do respect that on their end. But I wish that everybody would just switch it up every once in a while. Like, that music is cool. I love that type of music, especially when a motherfucker drinking and about to go the fuck out. That's the perfect type of music. But I feel like rappers need to open up more. Just open up. Talk about different shit. Talk about things that you believe in, that you feel like can make a positive change in this world. But other than that, that's how I feel. Let me know what the fuck you feel like in the comments below. Make sure you like, comment, and motherfucking subscribe. More videos coming soon, bitches. Bye.